Sean O'Malley is now being called out by the bantamweight contenders, Cory Sandhagen, Petr Yan, and Henry Cejudo, after his loss at UFC 306 to Merab Dvalishvili. He did not look good, but I will say he didn't get knocked out, right? It wasn't like he looked fucking unconscious, you know what I mean? He didn't get choked out either. He kind of just got out grappled, which is fine. It happens. He met his stylistic kryptonite, and it is what it is. However, he's in a good spot, man. Sean O'Malley is still in a great spot to make a lot of money in the sport. He is still a big star in the sport, one of the top ones. Is he the number one star of the sport? No, he's not, right? But is he a top star? Yeah, for sure he is, man. They don't just give this fear to anybody, you know. He's definitely a top star in the sport. And O'Malley has his pick of the litter right now. And not for nothing, these are winnable fights. They're losable fights, but they're also winnable fights. Getting into it, Cory Sandhagen, that's going to be, in my opinion, I want to say his toughest fight, because I think Cory Sandhagen is going to be able to wrestle O'Malley the same way he did Chito Vera once upon a time. I think Sandhagen could either choose to strike with him, or he could mitigate risk and grapple him and really mix it up well. But of course, anything could happen there. I just think Sandhagen is more of a technical approach kind of a guy, whereas O'Malley's more of a creative striker. You know what I mean? O'Malley is going to find openings, and if he can, he's going to capitalize, and he's going to snipe you, things like that. Whereas Sandhagen's more technical with it, more maybe by the book, you could say. You know what I mean? And you don't have to expect anything too crazy from him. I mean, granted, he's landed flying knee knockouts on people, but you get what I'm trying to say here overall. I think that's probably his toughest fight. Petr Yan, he came close to finishing Petr Yan twice in their fight, okay? That's why I don't think it was so crazy that Sean O'Malley won the decision. Was it a very close fight? Do I understand and hear you, and I could see how Petr Yan won that fight? Yeah, of course. I could see it. But it was a close fight, man. Petr Yan almost got finished too, okay? And in my opinion, Sean O'Malley came closer to finishing the fight against Petr Yan than Petr Yan ever did to O'Malley. And he did it more times than Petr Yan was able to do it. You get me? So I could see a case for both fighters winning that fight. Now, in a rematch between those two, which I don't necessarily want to see next. I like fresh matchups. Rematches are cool, don't get me wrong. They're definitely cool and they have their place at their time, right? There's a time and place for everything. But I like fresh. So I would prefer O'Malley versus Sandhagen or O'Malley versus Cejudo. Which leads me to go on to... actually, no, I didn't finish up with Yan, so hold on one second. I think O'Malley and Yan, he could hurt Yan again. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw that fight. It should be 5 rounds this time, not only 3. That would be very interesting. I do think Petr Yan has a good chance of winning that fight as well. But the thing is with O'Malley, and this is what I want to say encompassing for everyone here. O'Malley, even Merab. Merab needed 25 minutes to win last night's, not last night, but you get me, the last event's fight. He needed 25 minutes, meaning he wasn't really a submission threat. Merab Dvalishvili, if you look at his record, it's mostly decisions. He's not really out there hunting arm bars, chokes, things like that. He's just not. He's not a finisher. He's not a knockout guy either. So he needed 25 minutes. O'Malley only needs 1 second. He only needs to land 1 punch. You get me? 1 knee. He only needs that 1 shot, that fraction of a second where you zigged when you should have zagged or you inhaled when you should have exhaled, and he cracks you, and now you're hurt, and now he, you know, the momentum's swinging, and he finishes you. You get me? O'Malley is like that with any of these guys. He only needs 1, and that is what he has. That is what O'Malley has in his bag at all times, is the ability to finish it at any moment in time. He is very dangerous, and to think otherwise is foolish, and that's how you end up face first on the canvas, like Aljo, for example, you know? Disrespecting him, lunging in on him, and things like that. You can't do that against a guy like O'Malley. You just can't do it and go unpunished, you know? So there's that. As for the Cejudo matchup, I think Cejudo's getting older. I think it's tougher for him. He's got a podcast now, right? He's not as one track minded anymore, which I think is very important for the sport, being one track minded. That's why I say Conor McGregor is he's done, because he has so many things, right? He has Black Forge Gin, he has the Stout, he has the fashion line, he has Bare Knuckle, he's thinking about running for president of Ireland in 2025, all these things. He's not one track minded. He's not driven and focused on one goal, eye on the prize. He's got eye on prizes, right? His attention is divided. Same with Cejudo. Cejudo is, he's doing a podcast now. He's not as active as he once was. He didn't look great against Merab. I just think it is what it is. I think he sat out for most of his prime. And I think this right here is probably the most winnable fight for me. I think Henry Cejudo is the most winnable fight for Sean O'Malley right now. I think Cory Sandhagen gives him a tougher fight, and Petr Yan. Henry Cejudo is older. Henry Cejudo didn't look great against Merab. He hasn't been active. He kind of wasted his prime by sitting out for more money and things like that. And like I said before, Henry Cejudo is not one-track minded anymore. He now has a podcast and other things that he's doing. He's not solely focused and driven on becoming a champion because, almost why would you be, right? He already became a two-weight champion, right? So there's that. Whatever it is that O'Malley decides to do, I will be watching, you will be watching, and he's still in a really good spot in the sport to make money. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below, whether you agree, disagree. It does not matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.